I offer an apology as we begin our next interview to our guest, Jonny Linehan, for that stat of the day.
Oh, it's Johnny. Hey, what's up, man?
What's happening?
Okay, so you and Kalani have been fantastic about this whole 4th and 19 situation.
He joked with recruiting that he needed to find someone that needed to convert 4th and 19. You said on Twitter, say it to my face.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't have the guts. Yeah.
So bravo for that, man. It was a weird play because it didn't go very well, but it didn't come back to hurt BYU. And then you kind of faced like this onslaught of questioning. But both of you have been great with self-deprecating humor and whatnot. How has that whole scenario played out for you now over, I think, like the last 2 months?
Yeah, well, first of all, like the day afterwards, I was pretty embarrassed just because it was everywhere, But then I thought about it, and I was like, man, I could either just like think the role stinks or just embrace the role and be that guy. And it was pretty funny because the Michigan punter from last year who dropped the snap and essentially kind of turned the ball over for Michigan State to win the game, he messaged me on Twitter afterwards and was like, oh, I saw you on SportsCenter. And I was like, we made it, bro. Yes.
Blake Riley or something?
Blake O'Neill, yeah.
Blake O'Neill, yeah.
So, yeah, we both made it on the ESPN top 10s, but it was the one you don't want to be on.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. I agree with you, Spencer. The fact that you're so good-natured about it made it something that you could laugh about, right, and enjoy. So yesterday was eventful. I saw you took a picture in the cockpit of one of the planes. What was it like getting down here in a delayed fashion?
Well, I'm a man of many talents, so when
Did you fly the plane down, Johnny?
Well, they needed it to be fixed first, and then I said, "You useless fellas ruined the plane. I'm going to fly the jolly thing down." So yeah. No. But so it was a crazy day. So we show up, and I mean the weather's not bad, but it was like haily, rainy in the middle of snow. But it wasn't too bad. It's just I think our plane had a problem with its GPS system.
Not really an issue in
and
flying,
so,
right?
yeah, they were going to try fly blind, but because it was so dark because of the weather being subpar. I think
grief.
Yeah, they told us to go home, and then we came back a few hours later.
Here comes trouble, by the way. Jamal Williams and Squally Canada are up here.
Listen,
here's trouble.
You photobombed enough things that these two need to get up here and do some of that.
I was thinking
about
doing it when I was coming over. Yeah.
What are you listening to, by the way? Hey, tried to grab Jamal's
Williams. Not going to let you listen to what's on in his headphones.
Mormon Tabernacle Choir Christmas album, I think.
Jamal,
right? Yeah.
He actually listens to my country song on repeat. So yeah,
that's good to know. That's good to know. All right.
He listens to your country song on repeat.
Yeah, it gets him pumped for the games. Yeah. So he can sing it too, but he's a bit too shy.
Punting and kicking and loving every day.
That's
there
right.
you go, Jonny Linehan with us.
And they're out. That's all they needed. They just want to come over here. And they're out.
Hey, Wyoming's going to get a heavy dose of 21 and 22, right?
Exactly.
And 31.
And 31. Are you going to make positive rushing yards this game?
Hey, even if I get told to run, I'm probably going to kick it.
Why'd you kick it? Not again.
I can't go through that again. Yeah.
In all seriousness, the special teams in large part have been really solid this season, and Ed Lamb is the first to compliment all the guys on the hard work that's been put in, and especially you. You know, as much attention gets paid to you as a fun-loving guy and joking around and having fun, like he says, you spend a ton of time working on your craft. So how would you rate the overall performance of the special teams, including yourself, this season?
I think just really confident, and I think confident consistency really kind of sums it up. And we've had a few hiccups. I mean, I've had a couple kicks I wish I could have back and a run that I wish I could have had back. But for the most part, we put in a lot of work over the offseason to try and slow the game down so that we weren't rushed. And it's just kind of played huge dividends for us, and I think that's why we've been super consistent. And it's been great not being the storyline, because that's the thing about being a specialist. You don't get attention unless you do something wrong, and then you hear about it for years and live in BYU infamy. But but no, it's been really nice to kind of stay out of the news for the most part because we're doing our job so well.
On offense, you'd be like, okay, what is the Wyoming defense doing, whatnot? So as the punter, do you ever look ahead and say, okay, they blocked a few kicks or not, or how they run them back well or anything?
I mean, you do a little bit. For me, I'd probably do more than most. We get all their film on the iPads that we get given. And so I'll get my little phone with a little stopwatch app out specifically for punting. So it tells me how fast they get the hand to the foot and how much hang time. And so I kind of judge them and go, this guy stinks, or this guy's not bad, or that wasn't a bad effort. And they probably do the same to me. But honestly, I just probably look at their returner just to see how dynamic he is. And then with most of our rugby-style kicks that we do, just to see kind of if I can get the ball on the ground or if I need to give it a bit more height to let our coverage team get down there. But I try not to worry about it too much like other position groups need to, because at the end of the day, it's just me and the ball and me doing my job. They're not going to get any return anyway. So hopefully that works out.
I kind of compare the kickers and the punters to the guys on the PGA Tour that have to hit that one shot. All eyes are on you, like everything's focused. And they all say at some point they stop thinking about the crowd and the fans and are just able to focus on hitting the golf ball or hitting the shot. At what point did it become just about you kicking the football where you want to and not really worrying about the crowd?
Probably when they stopped chanting my name. No, I've never heard that.
Johnny.
The only time I heard that was during Wagner last year when I didn't play. Put Johnny in. I was like, yeah, get it louder. No, I don't know. I think still for the most part, I feel confident doing my job, but it's still probably to the point where it's still not second nature to me. So I still have to really do a lot of mental work before I go out and prepare, doing a couple dry swings into the kicking net. And then it's just about me remembering what I need to do. So I tell myself a few things before each kick that really helps me kind of stay smooth and get the ball off nice and fast.
How has this year been different than last year for you, since that was your first year playing American football, right?
Yeah. So it's been hugely different. I mean, they've both been a ton of fun. I've enjoyed both of them so much, and that's why I've decided to come back for another one. But it's just been different in the sense that I had an off-season and a spring ball to work over a few things, and it just kind of made the game slow down a lot, helped me get my drop more consistent, and helped me really visualize the game more. And just having that speed slow down has been huge.
How many different types of punts do you have in your arsenal? Because you've got the rugby kick, you've got the straight back. I've seen you kick when you're trying to pin it down there from like the 40-yard line. You don't have to kick it very far. You do that little backspin kick that just dives right at the goal line. Like, how many different punts do you have in your arsenal?
I have between 4 and 19. I think it's kind of cool. I mean, you can do like the traditional spiral and directional kicks like that. But then you do the rugby rollout. You can line drive it a bit more, try to get it on the ground, kick it right, left, do the pooches. We might just do a pooch to the right or shuffle a bit left. So I don't know, probably like 5 or 6. But a lot of it is based off the scheme that they give us. So most of the time, I don't even know what kick I'm doing until I get out there.
Interesting.
And then it's just a call. So, but it's fun. I feel confident in all of them. So it's cool.
At Michigan State, Spencer came back and he said you had some fun interactions with the crowd.
Yes.
Will you remind some people what those were?
Lifting the bags of footballs.
Yeah. So the student section was talking to you a lot or something?
Oh yeah. Well, before we go to most games, especially away games, I try and go and talk to the student section just so that they're not giving me a hard time, so that they kind of like us. And yeah, I had some fun interactions with them, and they all follow me on Twitter now, which is my main goal, right? Just as long as they hit the follow button. And they friended us on Facebook, and they still talk to Foley and I and stuff, and they don't like Red Almond or Corey Edwards, which I think is fantastic. No, but it was just a lot of fun, just kind of getting out there, just making it more lighthearted. I think that's one thing I've done a bit different this season that's been huge for me, is just kind of having more fun. And just not getting as pumped up. Like, if the defense make a play, I'm trying not to, like, run around like I did last year. I'm trying to just stay more mellow, because that's more my position. So as much as I embrace being an out-there crazy guy, when it's during the game, I try and stay smooth for the most part.
Do you know how many Twitter followers you have?
7,189.
That's exactly right. I'm not even kidding.
That is the exact number.
Hey, I'll tell you, you unfollow me, I'm going to know about that.
Unfollow.
Don't unfollow him.
I did, just to see if you'll get like an alert or something. Did your phone just buzz?
Jarom Jordan unfollowed you.
I'll follow you back.
He's blacklisted now.
That's like when people are like, if you're my 5,000 follower, I'm like, unfollow. I'll just wait until.
No, I just look at Twitter too much. That's why I know, yeah. And Jake already just put out a tweet before, so I was just on there, and I always have a geese because I'm verified now, right? Are you guys?
How'd you get?
How did you get verified? How did that happen?
We're not verified.
Do you have to go for it on 4th and 19 to get verified?
That's pretty much it. You either make a phenomenal play or make a terrible decision.
We've made a lot of terrible decisions.
And then you get verified. But no, that secret's between me and the Dark Knight. So
wow.
Off air, let's chat.
Yeah, it might have cost me some coin, but no,
Jonny Linehan with
working.
us, the BYU punter, preparing for BYU in Wyoming in the Poinsettia Bowl. Thursday, we did the Jarom Jordan special on BYUSN, the Star Wars combined with BYU sports. We called it Rogue 2, okay?
Oh, good.
Without fail, somebody with as big of a personality as you is going to get compared to some Star Wars character. We picked C-3PO, but then it was validated by like a number of people. Like Johnny is C-3PO. How did you feel about that comparison?
To be honest, I don't really know much about Star Wars. So we're going to go watch the Rogue One show. I'm going to have no clue what's going on. Yeah,
Thanks for the invite.
That's the movie we're watching. Yeah, it's just the punters and the kickers. Yeah.
A select group.
Yeah, it's a select group. All the other guys watched it when it came out. We got the
leftovers.
The discount tickets. No, but I think we're going to go watch that as a team before. I thought it was pretty funny, but I don't know enough about it to be able to make a huge comparison. But I'll take whatever people say.
He's got an accent, he's shiny and gold, right? So those things are good, right?
That's what I like, yes.
Human-cyborg relations,
Johnny, great to talk to you, man.
Thanks for hanging out, man.
No worries. Thank you, guys.
Thanks for